is Goku. Put us some one
What pisses me off?
and this is going to be our spoiler review of Spider-Man Brand New Day. So I'm going to give my quick thoughts. He's going to give his quick thoughts, and then we're going to go into a general discussion. So a couple of minutes for each of us to kind of get how we felt about the movie. Understand spoilers from second one. If you have not get out of here, we don't want to come back later. So yeah. So my first it was not the best Spider-Man movie, but it was the best movie featuring meaning I loved everything going on, but I think there are better interpretations if you want like more Spider-Man related villains and the more Spider-Man universe, you can get a better movie that way. But if you want a better movie, like for me, like the original Batman movies from like 89 and 92 feel more like a Batman movie than The Dark Knight, but The Dark Knight is just a better movie all around. Like, I don't think anybody here will disagree with that. So, what are your thoughts?
For me, I'd personally say, and I had a lot of more time to think about this, I still think it's the best Spider-Man movie for a few factors. Number one, I think that it has the best Spider-Man
Yep.
as terms of him being so level grounded and more of just a hero and not more of just Peter Parker. There's a shit ton of Peter Parker in this movie, but
No, I get that.
when you see him as Spider-Man, it's like seeing right jumped right off the page, just a guy in a costume who never wants to take it off, interacting with other people. That for me just makes it the best.
No, and I don't disagree with you at all on any level. Now, let's get into the villain. Were you surprised at who was set up to be the villain?
Yes. Well, to be fair, I was a little spoiled beforehand because everybody was like telling everybody that it was going to be so
You're
and
breaking up a
so.
little bit if you know if you have the ability to fit like there are pauses in between what you're saying.
Hold on. Can you hear me better now?
There's still that pause. I don't know.
All right. Hopefully it gets better by the time we talk more. I'll
Yeah,
have to go back where I was.
we'll do the best we can. I don't know if it's on their end. I can't see what their end is. But yeah, let's just continue. So yeah, Jean Grey being the villain. Now she's not the actual villain. It's Damage Control, but it's set up that she is the villain, which surprised me. I knew Jean Grey was in the movie. I did not think she was going to be the villain.
I really, really never thought that we would ever see Jean Grey in a Spider-Man movie.
Well, the X-Men and Spider-Man do team up, so that makes enough sense to me.
Well, I've seen it a lot, but I just never thought that Marvel or Sony would have done that, though. It's just very surprising. In a great way, though. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just didn't know if you had stopped. I was waiting for you to stop. Um, the other thing that one of my friends went into this asking, is this a multiverse movie? And I called him yesterday and I told him, no, it's not. And you're going to be happy. It's actually the first of the Mutant Saga movies.
And did you hear the news? I know this is a little off subject, but did you hear the news that Samara Weaving is cast as Emma
What were you
Frost?
saying about the news?
That Emma Frost is cast, Samara Weaving cast Emma Frost. I mean, they cast Emma Frost
I've
as
heard a
Samara
lot
Weaving.
of casting. I don't, yet again, like, it is what it is. We'll see what they do. They're going to make an X-Men movie soon, and Emma Frost is likely to be there because, from what I've been hearing, they're actually going to do the Dark Phoenix saga fairly early on. Like that's going to be like their big movie.
Hmm. I'm really surprised about that too, considering we already had two Dark Phoenix movies.
Yeah, but we had butchered versions, so this would be like
That's
the normal
true.
version. Also, the Dark Phoenix saga is a very space heavy movie, and I have a second one. You are going to have to be the one to talk about that. Dude,
Uh,
how much space is in the second one?
there's people from space, but they're never in space. I wouldn't say. Maybe like the first 10 minutes is in space.
Okay. In the Dark Phoenix saga, they literally fly into the sun.
That's not what happens in that movie.
Yeah, like it is a very cosmic movie. It also introduces Scott Summers' father, but we're not going to get into that. This is not about hypothetically future movies. So, what were some of your problems with the movie? Even if you think it's near perfect movie, what are some things you think they could have done better?
I think my biggest fault with the movie, and this is going to come off a little off, but I personally did want MJ to say, go back with Peter. Like, I know that was like a very emotional scene, and I thought it was amazing, but I just thought she should have, she broke his heart. Like, that was shattering, and it really hurt even me. Like, I felt bad for him.
No, I agree with I can agree with your perspective of that. My biggest issue, and this I had to look up a little bit, but like they did change a few things. They did use her powers slightly different than how they work in the comics. To be fair, I think she can do all those things, but I don't think they're her base abilities. That was my biggest issue, just comic book nicky things. But other than that, the movie was fantastic. As a movie, it is a masterpiece in how you make a movie.
Oh, for sure, especially as goes for just standalone Spider-Man movies. Because let me get into this for a few minutes. The first three Spider-Man movies, uh, with Tom Holland, just personally felt like more of an Avengers assemble or like an introduction of Spider-Man in the MCU, which I don't hate. It's just not my cup of tea as goes for as just typical just watching Spider-Man being the web slinger. Like this film felt like I was watching a Spider-Man web slinging movie where he was just the straight out star of the film.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. But here's the ironic part. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Out of the MCU Spider-Man movies, this is the lowest tomato score of any of them.
And I completely Far From Home is hard to beat. And that was one of the things I was like, I'm sorry, not Far From Home, No Way Home. Is far from beating. And I was also contemplating, is that a better movie than this? And not just having not having Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield can't make that just a better movie overall than a movie itself. Like if they weren't in that movie, then would this be a better movie than that? Yeah, for sure.
So I'm looking at something right now just because I want to see it. Okay. So ironically, it is the lowest of that, but I think it might have the highest audience score. Yeah, it has the highest audience score, I'm pretty sure. But the lowest, because that has a 98 audience score. So it has, And the second one is obviously the last movie. The last movie was great. It was fun, but as you said, is it a spider? No, it's a multiverse movie. Like it's if you're not like but it's cool because it's doing it's got Doctor Strange and it's got other people from other dimensions and it's got all these villains that we grew up with and we like. But is it a better movie? No, it's not a better movie.
Because let's face it, having just Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in a movie with Tom Holland, seeing them return is a great thing, but we're here to see a new Spider-Man movie with a whole new actor trying to make the best of his own film, and that doesn't make his movie about him the best. This movie, for sure, 100% makes that his best, and I'd say depicted best off the page, even, or even off as a cartoon jumped out of the screen, the best. Because when you have Tobey Maguire's movies, it's great. I love them. They're amazing. They're freaking iconic. But that is still not fully adapted to the extent that I can explain the best I could. Andrew Garfield is very close. He's the best Peter Parker. I would say that's the best Peter Parker jumped off the comics and animated. Um, but as for this, the way it was directed, I think has a lot to do with it too. Because yeah, Andrew Garfield's second suit is slightly better than this. Having bigger eyes doesn't. I don't really care about that when it comes to atmosphere. You know how he's presented, how he's talking to people. It's just like that right there is like perfect fucking shit right there. I'd watch this movie if Jean Grey wasn't in the movie, if all the other stuff that they did in the movie with Punisher and the Hulk and all that other stuff, if that wasn't in this movie, I'd still say this is the best Spider-Man movie. And it's not even because of those
No,
other great things that I'm forgetting about.
well, let me get into one of those because actually, movie that actually relates to that. I don't like that the Hulk is in this movie, and there's a very good reason. Now, how do you feel about the Hulk being in the movie?
I was like, of course, yeah, they're gonna put Hulk in the movie. Like, I wasn't too excited when I first heard about it because, again, another Avenger has to like take the shine away from Spider-Man. But to be honest, I really liked him in the movie.
So the reason I don't like him being in this,
Mm-hmm.
he is the stand-in for Kirk Connors for the Lizard. Literally, if you were to replace him with Kirk Connors, it does not change this movie whatsoever.
Yeah,
Not even a little bit.
yeah, I could definitely see that.
Like if you change Doctor Strange to a Spider-Man character, it changes it because of the mechanics of how it works. If you put
Yeah,
Madam Web, like from the animated series, she can do the same things, but she has full control over it, and so it's a little bit different. So this is like literally there were like even power schemes. Yeah, the Hulk's a little bit more powerful, but the Hulk wasn't at his peak in the movie. So you could have had Kirk Connors, and it functionally is the exact same movie.
right. I completely understand what you're saying. I see where you're coming from. But as for like, if it was just Hulk, though, did you enjoy his appearance? As for just being Hulk, what do you think about him playing Hulk? Oh, well, him in the movie as Hulk. Well,
Oh,
what did you think
it's
about that?
fun. It's entertaining. I like it. I don't mind it in the movie. Let me be very, very clear. Yes, it is a complaint because I think they could have used a Spider-Man character, and I think they could
Yeah,
have, in that opening when he's beating up people, they could have shown the Lizard being beaten up in one of those things like they did Hammerhead, which was really
right.
cool that we got to see Hammerhead in a movie. But it doesn't ruin the movie. It doesn't change anything fundamentally that makes this movie bad.
Right.
We've already seen the Lizard in a movie. He didn't need to be here. We used an established character, and it's not like the last film where a lot more of that movie. They use Hulk very sparingly. They use him when they needed to use him, and I'm so happy Punisher is throughout the entire dang movie. Like I was so
Did you
convinced
hear people
that it was
saying
just that opening scene with the van, and we were never going to see him again.
did you hear that people were upset about the trailer showing too much?
Say that again. You broke up a little bit.
Did you hear about the people saying that the trailer showed too much? Like, do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely not. No, absolutely
I kind of agree a little bit, but because
not. Like that trailer did not reveal. Like that trailer revealed up to, like I don't even think.
I'm here. What happened?
Okay, it switched. But my headset.
Hello?
So
Here we are. Sorry about
well,
that. I don't know what happened.
again. So let's just wrap up, get our final thoughts. I think we talked more about it. We will talk personally later, but I think we did a fairly decent review. So yeah, what are your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Punisher was great. Ned finding out at the end that he was his friend all along and they're friends again was great. Just overall great movie. Can't wait to see Avengers Doomsday.
No, I had
And
a great time.